For 2 years I was in the medical system, undiagnosed, every test, 5,000 blood tests, inches thick of paperwork. They couldn't find anything wrong except I was dying. My last doctor's appointment with the modern medicine was, we hold no hope for a positive outcome. We can keep you comfortable while you die. Hello, my name's Oscar Mann. I was raised in Odessa, Florida, outside of Tampa. I was fortunate enough to grow up on a lake, and we were in the citrus belt, so we had citrus on three sides of the house, lake on the back side, so we spent all our time in the water, and we all grew up water skiing, and I was fortunate enough to have opportunity to become a professional water skier and represent the United States, and I traveled the world for 13 years, water skiing professionally, barefoot water skiing. I coached 3 U.S. teams to world championships. About 15 years ago, my wife's parents, my wife's Australian, my wife's parents were getting old, and we decided to migrate to Australia to spend their last few years with us. When I got to Australia, I became the Australian team coach and took them from getting beat by the American team that I was coaching to beating the American team that I used to coach. Since then, I'm the national team coach for China. I lived a year in China and helped them develop their international water ski program. I've helped the water ski programs in Korea, Taiwan, countries all over the world. So that's my foundation, and my foundation in athletics. I was always very interested in nutrition, and although I never did it as a job, I got a master's degree online in nutrition. And so I've always been aware of what the body needed to run on, but I wasn't very good at following up on what I knew. I lived this normal lifestyle like everybody did. I just ate what was there and the Western foods. And 2 years ago, I started having pain in my legs at night, and that pain progressed to a new kind of pain. And I didn't notice it at the time, but what was happening was my leg muscles were actually dying. By the time I noticed I had a problem that was bad enough to go to the doctors, I had lost 50% muscle mass system-wide in my body. 70% of the muscle mass of my legs were gone. I'd lost 80 pounds in a year. I was at the point where it was difficult to walk. I walked like a drunk man. My legs didn't want to act right. For 2 years I was in the medical system, undiagnosed, every test, 5,000 blood tests, inches thick of paperwork, and according to them, nothing was wrong with me. They couldn't find anything wrong except I was dying. And that's where they left it. My last doctor's appointment with the modern medicine was, we hold no hope for a positive outcome. We can keep you comfortable while you die. They offered me the opioids that everybody gets offered, and I chose not to take that route. John Swallow from Metabolic Research got in touch with me and extended an offer for me to come over and get in medical programs here in the U.S. We came over, we got involved with several hospitals, and still no results. Nobody could put a finger on what it was. They could only tell me what the damage it was doing and basically how little time I had left to live. John wouldn't accept it, and John's answer to it was, we're not going to worry about labeling this, we're just going to kill it. And how are we going to kill it? We're going to clean the machine, top to bottom, and start off with nutrition. Try and figure out what was going on, what was my body was lacking, and replace those and allow my body to heal itself. We determined that part of my problem was stress. Self-induced stress was killing me as well, was exacerbating the disease. And the stress was coming from my family, myself, not wanting to leave my family behind, not wanting to leave them without the income that I make and without the love that we all have and share. But the biggest part of the stress was coming from the doctors themselves. The doctors were hypnotizing me every day. I was in different doctors, and every day the doctors were telling me how bad it all was. And the stress, I was having stress panic attacks that I thought were heart attacks. It was almost more than I could bear. And getting my mind right, getting unhypnotized was a huge factor in my recovery. I hadn't found myself able to cry. Through working with John, all of a sudden I was able to cry again. And I found crying to be a tremendous relief. Big boys don't cry, humbug. Men cry. And men need to cry. I cried, and the catharsis of that, plus the seeing my weight coming back, it is just, I don't have a disease anymore. The power that your subconscious mind holds over you is just unbelievable. I was introduced to a book, The Power of the Subconscious Mind, by Dr. Joseph Murphy. It's a little outdated in that it was written, I guess, back in the 20s or something, so it's not very up to date when you're reading it, but the information that is in it is beyond time. It is about people, from the beginning of time till the end of time, how people's minds work, and how with the help of your mind and proper nutrition, you can make yourself better. With Metabolic Research, with the supplementations that they sell, that was the medicine that cured me. I'm still undiagnosed, but I've gone from 165 pounds back up to 195 pounds on this. The pain is gone. The doctors can't find anything wrong with me now. They say it's a spontaneous cure, a miracle. But I know better. I know what cured me. I know what happened. I started putting the right nutrients back in. The MRC Complete Daily Vitamins. They are the best vitamins. There's some for men, tailored for men. There are others that are tailored for women's particular needs. These vitamins are the best formulation. As soon as I started taking these vitamins, I noticed an improvement immediately. I'm also taking the essential trace minerals. Your body doesn't get the small amounts of the minerals that we used to get from our vegetables, because the farmers just don't put that stuff on there in the fertilizer. They put 3 elements in fertilizer to make the plants nice and green and lush and tasty, but they do not have the nutrients in there, especially the micronutrients. And these micronutrients, if you're lacking on these, they can affect your health, and it's very difficult for the doctors to figure out what the heck's going on. It's all available right here. The corti-trim, while it's predominantly a weight loss product, it's also helps with muscle recovery. So athletes that are working hard, this is going to help. This is what took the place of opioids in my life, MSM. It's a naturally occurring pain reliever, and I'm on 3 of these a day. My pain level has gone from a 10 or a 10.5 to nothing. If you have a problem with chronic pain, I advise you to try this MSM. It worked for me. If I was restricted to only one supplement for the rest of my life, it would be the MetaShake. I have to agree with Dr. Spreen that this is the best formulation for rebuilding muscle mass and muscle recovery that's on the market today. Probiotics, essential nutrients in here. I can't express how good these things are for you. They can be used in weight loss. They can be used in all aspects of health. Athletes for recovery, for muscle recovery, this is what you want. This is what you need. It's not just a weight loss product. It is a muscle building product. And that's what I needed. My muscles were gone. I'm up now. I'm moving around. I'm going back in the gym now to start rebuilding getting the muscle strength back. But without these products, I was a dead man. All the products that I'm currently using, plus over 50 more products, are available at weightlossmrc.com, delivered to your door. Great for general health, supplementation, or weight loss. I'm going to keep on this stuff the rest of my life. And it's there for everybody. I don't have a disease anymore. I went to a neurologist last week. The neurologist can't find anything. I've gone to the rheumatologist. The rheumatologist can't find anything. Before that, it was just all doom and gloom. They knew something was wrong. Now they're all scratching their heads. I'm not scratching my head. I know what happened. John in Metabolic Research cleaned the machine and enabled me to live.